Offshore logistic operation can be defined as an activity that involves planning, coordinating, and carrying out the tasks that related to the supply chain management, transportation, and the support service, especially in the oil and gas industry. The purpose of this operation is to guarantee the prompt and effective movement of the workers, supplies, materials, and the equipment to and from offshore location. So, in the simplest word, offshore logistic operation also can be referred as a set of activities and procedures needed to support the offshore industry. For an example, the offshore logistic operation in Malaysia, such as in Sabah and Sarawak. Meanwhile, the term offshore installation describes building or other facilities that are built and put in place of offshore waters, usually the open sea or ocean. This structure have a variety of uses in the offshore resource production, exploration, and processing industry. For instance, the material that are used in offshore installation are steel alloy, subsea, pipeline, and the concrete. Process 1. First, planning. Define the scope, objective, and the goals, specific requirement, limitation, and the output. Develop a detailed project timelines and resource planning. Second, demand management. So we should estimate demand, coordinate with the suppliers, and preserving the inventory levels. We should manage demand from skilled personnel and optimize the use of the resources. Third, cost of installation. Purchase supplies materials, implement specialized machinery, and costs associated with transporting staff, equipment, and material to the site.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. So I'm going to talk about stage 2, which is procurement. Procurement, it involves the work of identifying the main material essential for offshore installation. Like example, offshore installation items and equipments like metal materials to combine the top sides and hull support frame. Second, identifying potential suppliers. We have to search for supplier that best to us in terms of capability, reputation, and others. For instance, suppliers like Sonshu Steel, a company in China. After that, request for proposal or quotation, which is a formal process for procurement to supplier. Then we do the negotiation. Negotiation is based on the terms and conditions of the procurement items. Later, we draft the contract after the negotiation. Afterwards, order will be sent to the sellers based on the previous agreement. Those are the image examples of components required to establish the oil rig, the metals, the pipelines. However, we must also ensure multiple aspects in procurement like ethic standards, risk assessment, and also cost estimation.
The next process is the documentation process. The documentation process is significant to exporting and importing goods to the destination. Documentation is required and will involve the custom and compliance. When bringing goods into or out of Malaysia, the company must provide the documents and must declare the goods to custom authorities. This process is called custom clearance, and the required documentation for exporting and importing goods are Custom Export and Import Declaration. This document is official document that lists and gives detail of the goods that are being imported or exported. The second document is Commercial Invoice. A commercial invoice is a document that is a bill of the goods that are being imported or exported. The commercial invoice includes most of the detail of the entire export transaction, from start into the finish. The third document is Bill of Lading. Bill of lading is a contract issued by a transport company to a shipper that spells out the quantity, type, and the destination of the goods being shipped. The fourth document is packaging list. The packaging list needs to contain everything from the seller, buyer, and shipper to the date of the shipment and mode of transport and carrier. The last document is Certificate of Origin. Certificate of origin is required and in order to identify in what country the goods originated. It is often prepared by the manufacturer and may need to be certified by a government entity and Chamber of Commerce.
The next process in the warehouse is sorting. Sorting can refer to as the process of organizing and categorizing items or material in an offshore facility. This includes sorting incoming goods, components, and others. This process is important for efficient inventory management and retrieving items when needed. In this process, there are 10 ways how it works, which is receiving, inspection, unpacking, sorting criteria, categorization, labeling, storage, inventory management, retrieval, and shipping. For the sorting criteria, we must to know the product type. This is because goods are sorted based on their specific product category, such as clothing and electronic. The second is size and weight. Item may be sorted on their physical dimensions and weight. This can help to optimize storage space. Third, fragility and or special handling requirement. This to make sure the goods are in the proper care and prevent damage.
The next process the crew selected to collect and do the installation is the warehouse installation technician. This is a skilled professional responsible for physically installing semi-ready system component within a warehouse environment. Their role involves hands-on tasks related to the assembly, setup and configuration of the components to create a functional system. Warehouse installation technician about skilled professional labor has four. The first one is installation and equipment maintenance. To proficiency in installing various warehouse equipment including conveyor systems, storage rack and other automated system. Second, technical skill to understanding electrical system and the ability to read and comprehend electrical diagrams. Third, safety compliance to awareness of and adherence to safety protocol. The last one is teamwork and communication. To working collaboratively with coordinator and other team members to effectively execute installation project. While warehouse installation coordinator has four. The first one is planning and scheduling to develop installation schedule including resource allocation and coordination with various involved teams. Second, quality control to monitoring installation activities to ensure quality and compliance with established standard. Third, problem solving to identify and addressing issues that may arise during installation. The last one is documentation to keeping accurate record of project progress including any change, issue or achievement.
Process 6 is about the vessel that carry offshore installation materials. The first one is a platform supply vessel (PSV). This vessel specifically intended to provide supplies to offshore oil and gas platform and other offshore installation. The majority of this vessel principal job is logistically assistance and transporting of product, materials, equipment and person to and from their destination. For instance, it can carry bulk materials such as cement, barite and bentonite, which are essentially for drilling and cementing operation. Number 2 is anchor handling tug supply (AHTS), a type of offshore support vessel that handle anchor and tow a range of offshore structures such as drilling rigs, production platform and floating facilities. These ships are outfitted with powerful engine, winch and towing gear. AHTS vessel transport goods designed to serve offshore installation and anchor handling operation. Anchor handling equipment including as anchor handling winch, towing pins and guide pins is carried off AHT vessel. Besides, towing gear including as tow lines and bridle system is installed on AHTS vessel. These are required for offshore installation towing and placement. And number 3 is crane vessel. It is known as heavy lift vessel, a specialized ship outfit with huge and powerful crane designed for lifting and installing massive items onto offshore facilities. These vessels are required for a variety of offshore construction and installation activity. Crane vessels transport heavy equipment and machinery essential for offshore construction and installation tasks. This can include generators, compressor, pumps and other industrial machinery. Process 7 is placing offshore platform in the sea. There are two main methods for offshore installation, which are number 1, lift barges. Heavy lift cranes have been used for installation in offshore oil and gas field for many years. Heavy lift barges transfer the equipment offshore and lift it into position with huge crane. Major marine system can be broken into modular lift for ease of installation and to employ smaller crane capacity. A processing facility, for example, can be built in various modules that are then put offshore one by one in accordance with construction planning and timing. Second method is float over installation. For marine installation activity, float over installation via semi-submersible vessel is a potential option. This technique of marine installation employs a vessel with a hydraulic pumping system that allows the vessel to submerge and then resurface. Float over marine installation provides for one-side equipment mating as well as transferring and installing the equipment. The semi-submersible vessel floats into position and takes up water to partially submerge. The vessel floats out from under it when the equipment is lowered into place and installed. The water then reemerges from the vessel as a result of hydraulic pump.
To conclude, logistic activity in offshore support operation is a critical aspect that significantly impacts the overall success and efficiency of operations in the offshore industry. Efficient logistics play a pivotal role in the offshore support operations, ensuring that resources, equipment, and personnel are seamlessly transported to and from offshore sites. Effective logistic management contributes to increased productivity, reduced downtime, and overall cost effectiveness. Also, time delivery of equipment, supplies, and personnel is crucial in offshore support operations. Delay in logistics can lead to operational disruptions, increased costs, and potential safety issues. Therefore, a well-managed logistics system ensures that resources are available when and where they are needed.